Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is John and thank you so much for watching. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on my MacBook. So for today's video, it's going to be about this one. The big boy, the big laptop I'm using is the MacBook Pro 15-inch in 2018 version. If that makes sense, I don't know. Anyway, so let's jump right into my review on this MacBook. So heavy, so big. So I'm just gonna give you guys a bit of background about this MacBook. If you don't know, I actually have made a YouTube video about this MacBook, which you can click here or there. I made an unboxing video. You can go and check that one out if you don't know. So I got this MacBook Pro from Apple refurbished store for 2,969 Australian dollar. Yeah, she's expensive. And also got the Apple Care as well as some accessories. You can click on that unboxing and check out what I do for my MacBook. So the specification for this MacBook, it is a baseline 2018 MacBook Pro. So it got 256GB of storage, 16GB of RAM, and the i7 something processor. Yeah, anyway, I got it in silver because I like silver and white color, so that is my color. Go to it. So now, after I give you guys a little background, I'm gonna tell you what I use for this MacBook on a daily basis. So if you don't know, I'm currently studying at uni, so I'm a university student. So what I use for my MacBook usually is just typing for my documents, assessment, assignment, maybe exam, join the Zoom meeting, with to the lecture, also watching Netflix, YouTube, that kind of stuff, and also edit the video that you're watching right now, and also edit the video that you're watching on YouTube. Other than that, that is usually what I do. It's not very like performance intensive, if that makes sense, because I don't really play games on a MacBook, because you know MacBook is not built for gaming, sadly. So that is what I usually do with my MacBook. If you're wondering, nothing very serious like crazy photo editing or like video editing. For me, I use the iMovie for my video editing. I found iMovie is very easy to use. It's very user-friendly for the beginner. If you're like starting your YouTube or like you just want to do some basic video editing, you can use iMovie. That is a good one and it's for free, come with your iPad or Apple products, so that is good. And also I have an iPad, if you don't know. So what I do sometimes when I'm doing my assignment or something, I would connect my iPad to the MacBook itself, so that means the iPad would be my second monitor. It's really useful if you're doing your assessment or essay, or when you're doing some writing, you need to do some research. Having an external monitor is very useful. So that is what I do with my MacBook on a daily basis. Nothing fancy or whatsoever. It's just basic things. So now let's talk about the design of the MacBook Pro. If you don't know, the MacBook I'm using is released back in 2018. I got it probably 2019. Yeah, around that time. Anyway, so I got the MacBook here. It is very heavy. Okay, it's a 15-inch MacBook with a touch bar. The design of the MacBook is very not rounded, but it's very square-ish, like the new iPhone 12, if you know what I mean. Like the edges is like very straight. There's no round edges. I kind of like it. It's very easy to hold in hand, but because of the size, it is a 15-inch laptop. It's quite heavy. It is over 4 pounds, which is about 1.8 kg, I think. But yeah, it's on a heavy side, so if you use it every single day for uni, if you gotta bring it to uni every single day, it's gonna be a little bit of a problem for you, or maybe like a struggle, because you know it's quite heavy and you don't want to bring this all the time to uni with you. So what I do usually when I go to uni, I bring my iPad instead of the MacBook. But since we're now, you know, stuck at home, not in Australia at least, but still, like I know a lot of people still staying at home. This MacBook, if you don't take it to work or to school all the time, I think is perfect because of the very large screen, which is 15-inch. It's also come with 4 USB-C ports and 1 headphone jack. I don't really use that headphone jack, but I find the USB port is quite useful when you're doing editing work and trying to, you know, export footage from a external hard drive, or you just want to back up your phone, or you want to charge your phone while you're doing editing video. The 4 USB port can be very useful. If you're wondering how can I use all 4 ports on the laptop, 2 of them are for the hard drive, and 1 is for charging my phone, and the other is charging laptop itself. Yeah. So that is the design of the MacBook in general. Nothing fancy. The bezel, the screen's bezels are still thin, but not super thin. I would say it's like slim, but not thin, if that makes sense. It's definitely aged a bit, and also I like the big trackpad because it's quite useful when you are scrolling on the web page or anything, or like it's just great to have a good trackpad. So right now I'm going to talk about the keyboard, which is quite controversial because of the butterfly switches. So for me personally, I like the keyboard itself because it really like typing on the glass, which I like it for some reason. It's like typing on the iPad without the keyboard, like you just gotta type on the screen itself, if you know what I mean. It is quite flat, and the keyboard when you're typing is quite loud. If you're like a heavy typer, or you type quite hard on your keyboard, it can be quite noisy and quite loud to other people. So keep that in mind if you do typing all the time with people around you. You just might need to be a little bit aware of the noise you're making. The keyboard is quite good for me. I get used to it very quickly because it's my first ever laptop. For the touch bar, I really like it because for someone like me who cannot speak English or cannot spell English properly, having a little suggested word on top, like in the touch bar, it can be very useful for me when I don't know how to type a word or something. I can just pick that word, or like if I have any spelling mistakes, I can just click and change the word straight away. I don't need to click. Another thing I like about a touch bar is it got a touch ID. So that is good for you to unlock your MacBook if you don't have an Apple Watch with you. But if you do have an Apple Watch, I don't find the Touch ID is that useful because you can use your Apple Watch to unlock your MacBook, which that means you don't really need to use the Touch ID anymore. But I would say the Touch ID is very quick. It's quicker than the Apple Watch unlock features. And also something I like about the touch bar is that you can type in emojis, you can select the emojis on the touch bar, and you can also do the picture-in-picture features on YouTube using the touch bar instead of clicking somewhere on the screen. I don't know how to do that. Yeah. And also what I like about touch bar is that I can quickly change the volume and the brightness of the screen, so that is good and very useful. That's why I find the touch bar is quite useful for me. Yeah, that's my opinion. I like the touch bar. I like the keyboard. It's very flat and I type quick. On the keyboard itself, it's just a bit loud. I know Apple have a new keyboard design for their laptop, but I haven't tried them out yet. So right now I'm just gonna jump right into the battery life. So throughout the day, like if I have a full day of uni, I usually need to bring my charger with me with the MacBook, because the MacBook can last for about 6 hours on average. So if I have a full day of uni, I will need to grab the charger, otherwise my laptop will dead. The battery life can be varies, depends on what apps you use. For example, if you use a lot of Chrome, like if you use Chrome instead of Safari, it will consume a lot more battery because Chrome is not that efficient compared to Safari. The battery life is okay, it's like 6 hours. But now I'm staying home all the time. I usually just plug it in whenever I can. So right now, let's talk about the performance of the laptop. So if you don't know, I edit all my YouTube video on the laptop itself. I edit them all in 4K starting this year. The things I find about the laptop itself when I'm editing the 4K video is it is smooth, like when I'm scrolling through the timeline, so that is good. But the thing is, when I need to export the video, it usually takes a while. For example, like a 10 minutes 4K video, if I export it through iMovie, it usually take about 15 minutes. I don't know, is it because of the new Big Sur macOS software update or something? Because I remember in the past, before I upgrade to Big Sur, the export time is shorter for some reason. I don't know, is it because my laptop's getting old or something like that? The performance on the MacBook is decent, I would say. It can definitely handle all the light tasks. For example, browsing the web, checking emails, or just watching YouTube and stuff like that. It will do that perfect, no problem. If you're doing a little bit of editing, if you're doing a little bit of video editing, it can also handle that as well. But it just, when you are doing the export, the laptop can get really loud because the fan kick on like crazy. Personally, I don't do gaming that much on the laptop. If I do, I will usually play SimCity or like City Skyline or like SimAirport, if you guys have heard of it. I usually set the games into medium settings and the fan will kick on quickly. If you want a game, sure. Just don't expect it would perform well, I would say, if you are gaming on a MacBook. Another thing I want to talk about the performance, kind of like the system thing, is whenever I try to wake my laptop from sleep, sometimes it can take quite a while, like 10 seconds or like 20 seconds just to wake my laptop even though I did not turn it off. So that can be something that to keep in mind. So overall, I'm really happy with my laptop because it's very nice, it's very well built, it suits what I want from my laptop itself. It got a 15-inch display, which is big enough for me to do all my research for my uni, no problem. And with the performance it has, it can definitely handle all my YouTube editing video needs, if that makes sense. It's just on the pricier side. If you're buying it brand new, I bought it for 2,900 something Australian dollars, very expensive. But for now, you guys can buy it on eBay for quite a bargain, I would say, because of the brand new MacBook Pro with the Apple M1 chip. If you're looking for a 15-inch MacBook Pro or like 16-inch MacBook Pro, I would say hold off a little bit. Wait until Apple release their brand new 16-inch MacBook Pro with their own silicon chip, and then the Intel version of the MacBook Pro should be cheaper if you're looking to buy one. For me personally, I really like the laptop itself. I have no regret of purchasing it, even though it's on the pricier side, but so far it's holding on really well. I have purchased the Apple Care, but I haven't used it once because I didn't find any problem at all. So yeah. Oh yeah, talking about the keyboard, I actually have experienced a few sticky key or like the key isn't responsive. It's happened like 3 or 4 times so far for about 2 or 3 years of use, so I think that is a good thing. However, if you ask me like how do you fix the problem, is I just keep pressing the key and then somehow it fixes itself. I have no idea why. Or if you're worried about the keyboard problem, I would say the 2018 MacBook Pro do not have a very serious keyboard issues if you're worried about that. Anyway guys, so that is my own review slash my thoughts on the MacBook Pro 2018 with touch bar in 15-inch display. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys own one? If you do, share your experience. How is it like for you? I know everyone have their own experience with their MacBook. For me, they're quite good. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe of my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon so every time I upload a brand new video, you will get a notification on your devices. Also, don't forget to follow all my social media links down below. They're all just Shing John from Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. I'm so tired. Oh my god. And now I need to film something else. Something more. I'm so tired.